G'day everybody, May 13, Steve here. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. And on the 4-hourly, Bitcoin now at $28,500, sitting just below the logarithmic bottom that we've put in here. Yesterday we dipped down to at least $26,000, made a comeback, and like I said, at the moment at $28,500. After dropping strongly through the bottom of the logarithmic channel, Bitcoin did make a move back into the channel. And in the last 4 hours, we've been rejected from there and we're sitting just below. So with everything going on in crypto at the moment, especially looking at Luna and the total annihilation of Luna, yesterday and the last couple of days, Bitcoin is holding up well. Now, can it drop further from here? Yes, it can. Will it drop further from here? Well, we were hoping that the logarithmic bottom could support, and at the moment it is supporting Bitcoin. Can it continue to do that? Nobody knows the future. Like I've said before, Nostradamus is dead. We can't ask Nostradamus. So looking at the charts, looking at the fundamentals, looking at all the factors that come into play, looking at inflation problems in the United States, looking at unemployment, looking at house prices, looking at the stock market, putting everything together, looking at Bitcoin history, putting all those things together, what's going to happen? Nobody knows for sure. At the moment, though, we are getting support at this logarithmic bottom. So let's hope that this continues to hold and we can get a bit of a move to the upside. But is there a potential move to the downside? Absolutely. Where would we go if we went to the downside? I was saying 24,000. Some commentators are saying as low as $10,000, which would be over 85% drawdown for Bitcoin from its all-time high in this cycle. That would be a totally unlikely scenario, but Luna crashing to zero in the last few days also is a totally unlikely scenario. So if we've learned anything in the last few days, just watching what's happened to the Terra network, we can see that anything is possible. Let's have a look at the crypto bubbles. There we go, Luna down 99%. 1 week ago, nobody would have thought this possible. And the big mover on the upside is R.I.P. But the R.I.P community is based around Bored Ape Yacht Club and all their different NFTs, which are big money. So R.I.P to me starting to look more and more like a money grab. Anyway, that's up to everyone to make their own decision on that. We'll see how R.I.P goes. If we have a look here, also UST stable coin down 42%. Okay, so Luna at the moment at 1/10 of 1 cent. So Luna gone, that's it for Luna. Let's have a quick look at Anchor. Anchor down around 9.5 cents. And if we look at UST on CoinMarketCap, at 45 cents at the moment. So nothing good to look at within the Terra network. Unfortunately, it looks like Terra is gone. Fear and greed at 12 in extreme fear. Crypto heat map, pretty much all in the red. A couple of greens scattered through there, but basically red. Liquidations, $746 million of liquidations, made up of 432 million of longs liquidated, 323 million of shorts liquidated. If we jump over to Twitter, let's have a look what Do Kwon has got to say with Luna. And we've got nothing from Do Kwon. So they're Telegram and Discord channels are shut down, and their Twitter channel and Do Kwon's Twitter channel, nothing to say. Do Kwon gone into hiding. Some big issues coming along for Do Kwon in the future. Some big questions to answer. Yesterday evening, I went around some of the stable coins, had a bit of a look at their current prices. And generally, most stable coins having a bit of a hard time trying to hold on to their dollar peg. We see Tether yesterday, just here in the whale alert, transferring billions of dollars back to the Tether treasury. So who's behind what looks like a coordinated attack against Terra network? And there's a story going around, BlackRock and Citadel have hooked up with the US government to destabilise stable coins. They don't want any stable coin to become the new US dollar. So there's stories going around. The BlackRock, Citadel, Vanguard, and the US government have got together. That's a conspiracy theory. So everyone will have to investigate that and make up their own mind. But we did see yesterday that Yellen was quick on the ball. So she was out really quickly making her thoughts known on cryptocurrency stablecoins. Let's go back to the charts. And as we can see, just about everybody in the red. So interesting to see here that GOM, the Olympus governance token, up 8.25%, and OHM, the Olympus token, up 6%. That in these tough times, Olympus making moves to the upside. Now, I'm not saying that it's a good investment, because it definitely hasn't been. If you're in Olympus, then you know how bad that investment has been in the last couple of months. But just interesting to see at the moment going against the trend and up 8.25%. We go over to the daily on the NASDAQ and we see a small pump at the moment that may be reflected in a movement in the prices in the cryptocurrency sector moving upwards. Let's wait and see how that works out. So the NASDAQ down from around 15,000 to around 12,000 in the last couple of weeks. So overall, NASDAQ pretty neutral today. And if we jump back to Bitcoin, we can see Bitcoin sitting just below the logarithmic channel at $28,600. And if we have a look at the chart, we see that historically, the yellow line has supported Bitcoin ever since the beginning of Bitcoin. So where we are at the moment, you can see here, is we're just below the yellow line. We've just broken through. So the worst Bitcoin has done historically is drop through the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve bottom support line by about 15%. So if we take 15% off where we are at the moment, at $29,000, then we're probably down about another $5,000 to around the $24,000 mark. And that's one reason why we're thinking that if Bitcoin was to drop, we could potentially go to that $24,000 level. And here we are back at the logarithmic growth curve. I'll just zoom it in. What you take away from this chart is that Bitcoin could potentially be moving back up, or this chart's worst case scenario is the $24,000 mark. When you have a look at other indicators, you may come up with a different answer. So there are other indicators we have to look at as well. And if Bitcoin was to drop to 24,000, we'll be looking at them on the way down to try and get a fix on where Bitcoin may go. So while we're still on the charts, let's have a look at Bitcoin on the weekly. And if we do that, we see we've got seven red candles in a row, Bitcoin dropping to the $29,000 level, and massive volume with that drop to this level. So the good volume is good to see. If we move over to the daily and look at Bitcoin on the daily, we see the wick of the daily candle really long, pushing Bitcoin back up, hardly any body in the candle, and potentially confirming a short-term move to the upside. But at the moment, with that massive volatility in the last few days, the total annihilation of Luna, Bitcoin holding up really well. In the long run, Bitcoin will do well. The altcoins are going to have a hard time. But if the market turns around, the altcoins will be where you'll make your biggest moves. All right, so if you like the video, then give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll put out another video later in the day with some more updates, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.